All right, for the first skillet, the directions say compare each pair of integers using greater than, less than, or equal to. So what you're going to do is you are going to perform the operation on the left-hand side. So the first one says negative 76 minus 5. So you can either do that in your head or put it in your calculator. But when you do that calculation, you're going to get negative 81. And what you're doing is you're comparing it to the other number. So you have to determine if it's greater than, less than, or equal to. In this case, negative 81 is equal to negative 81. Okay, number 2 says 50 minus negative 14. If you put that on your calculator, if you remember the minus negative, that becomes a plus. So it's really 50 plus 14 is 64. Now I compare it to the other number. 64 is bigger or greater than negative 28. Okay. Our next skill is one-step inequalities. Okay. So these are function the same basically as one-step equations, but instead of an equal sign, we have an inequality. So the first one is x plus 5 is less than 6. Now remember our inverse operations. Addition and subtraction are opposites, and multiplication and division are opposites. Okay, so just like a normal equation, I'm going to split my inequality in half. I have to get x by itself. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to do a minus 5 on each side. Those cancel out. X is less than 6 minus 5 is 1. And then you'll just keep going using your inverse operations, solving those one-step inequalities. All right, the next skill is solving one-step equations. It's the same idea. Except you have equations. You have an equal sign instead of an inequality. So here, just remember your inverse operations times, or x times y. Addition and subtraction are opposites. Multiplication and division are opposites. Okay, so for number 1, solving for x plus 9, to undo addition, we subtract. I would subtract 9 on both sides. X equals 3. Okay, just remember your inverse operations. Solve the rest of those equations. All right, your next skill is substitution. We've done this before as well. Okay, so I have my expression here, xy minus 5, and they tell me x equals 5 and y equals 2. So I just take my two numbers and I substitute them into my equation. So instead of xy minus 5, I'm going to substitute my x. Remember, I use parentheses. 5. My y is 2. Bring down my minus 5. That stays the same. Now I just solve. If you plug this exact thing into your calculator, you will get the correct answer. But if we do it this way using our order of operations, we multiply first. 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down your minus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay, remember, once you get it to this point where you have your number substituted in, no matter what you are substituting in, as long as you plug it into your calculator correctly, you are going to get your answer correct. Okay, last skill is proportions. We will do more practice with this, but just wanted to give you a little reminder of it. So I'll do the first one, okay? So it says a car travels 120 miles in 3 hours. How long will it take to travel 200 miles? Now remember, with these proportions, we set up two fractions. So we have miles and hours. And as long as your units are the same across, I'm going to do miles on the top and hours on the bottom. Okay, so I've got 120 miles in 3 hours. And then it says how long, so X hours and 200 miles. The thing we don't know is how many hours, how long, so that gets our X. And then if we remember, we cross multiply. So you've got 120 X equals 3 times 200, which is 600. Now I just have to solve for X. That will tell me how long. So the 120 and the X are touching. Touching means times. Opposite of multiplication is division. So if we do 600 divided by 120, X equals 5. We're talking about time, so it's going to be 5 hours.